Hey girl, how are you? It's Kate. I just wanted to send you this video along with the PDF because I know in this land of social media and chatting online, sometimes it's nice to get a little view of who that person you're talking to actually is. So I wanted to send this along with the PDF just so you could get to know me a little bit better, because if you did choose to coach and decided to go that route, I would definitely want you to feel comfortable. So I'm just going to kind of share a little bit of my journey on this video. Also take a look at the PDF, and then we can always follow up with any questions you have. I am 100% an open book, so anything that you're curious about or you want to know, just let me know and I will help. So I'm from your average, everyday Minnesota family. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was an engineer. My mom would substitute at our school growing up, and it was just a pretty average family, right? I have two sisters, and I'm the youngest of them. And both of my sisters are pretty ambitious as well. Both have a master's degree, and one is currently, my oldest sister, working on her PhD. My dad also has his PhD, so definitely a family that values education. And from the time that I was a little kid, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I used to line up the stuffed animals, and I would always hoard all my old after school books, and I would teach them. And I knew that I wanted that connection. I knew that I wanted that as a career, or at least I thought I did, right? Our dreams can change as we go, and that's really something that coaching has really brought and taught me. But I went to college, did the whole thing, did the student teaching thing. I have my elementary license, K6, as well as my special ed license in emotional behavior disorders. And working with emotional behavior disorders is really where my career started. I started off as a para in a Setting 4 EBD program, which is the highest federal level that they can go before being clinically placed somewhere. So I started my career as a para, and then I got a job as a 6th grade teacher. And life was good. I had my first teaching job. I met my now fiance. I left him my phone number at a bar, so don't ever, omit that possibility of meeting people that way. And we started dating. I was teaching, and life was good. And my first job was at a school that was a Title I school. So Title I means that you're government funded because such a proportion of your students qualify for free and reduced lunch. Typically with a Title I school and working in a school that is poverty stricken, you get, it's challenging because you have, at the school I worked at, 40% of the students were homeless. So you're dealing with a lot. And, it was 40%, like I said, were homeless, 40% were EL learners, so also a lot of students coming from, life of immigrants and students who don't speak English, facing those challenges. Lots of them double over in those categories. And it was very draining. My first year teaching, I was very blessed with a really great class. And then my job was cut because 6th grade moved to the middle school. It used to be in the elementary school in my district. And I moved within the same school but to a different grade level. I moved down to 3rd grade. So the year that I moved down to 3rd grade and had a new experience there, learning new curriculum, everything, was the same year that coaching entered my life. And the reason that I think, I believe in fate now, especially because of coaching, I think it entered my life because of how difficult that year would be and how difficult that switch would be moving down to 3rd grade. I had one of the hardest classes at the school, and it was very emotionally draining. I was dealing with kids with severe emotional issues, behavior problems, basic needs not being met. So not only was I the teacher, not only was I doing all the things a teacher does and looking at standards and dealing with students and behaviors and district stuff, I was their mom. I was their disciplinary. I was their person who provided food. I was their, and it was like at the end of every day, there was nothing left to give. And I noticed as the school year went on, I was resorting to and becoming kind of a teacher I didn't want to be because I was so drained and I was so at my wit's end. I wasn't that teacher that I had imagined I would be. Now, enter coaching, right? So life was good still. I loved my coworkers. I loved the work I was doing. I really felt like I was making a difference no matter how emotionally drained I was. But coaching entered my life when I really needed it. So to kind of backtrack, as far as fitness goes, I have really fluctuated with my weight. In high school, I was not very healthy. I would count every single calorie that would go into my body, and I would make sure I would run double that every night. That followed me through my freshman and sophomore year of college, and a lot of anxiety background, having to go deal with my anxiety with a counselor and really figure out why I was having these feelings. Towards the end of college, I had the opposite. I went through a really bad breakup. The person I had been with all through high school and all of college broke up with me, and then later on I found out he had been unfaithful for many months before that. And being young, not knowing who I was, being very tied up in a relationship, I lost myself, and I coped by partying. I coped by going out. I coped by going to happy hours and not making good choices. And so, after, I got over that, I moved on, got this first job, met Zach, everything was good, but coaching entered my life as completely on a whim. I saw a girl that I went to college with post about this challenge group, and I was like, what's this? All right. And I had ordered the 21-day fix a long time ago on an infomercial and never did shit with it. I never took it out of the box. And I was like, well, I'll hop in this group. So that was the summer before I got moved down to third grade and had the really challenging class. So I got into her group. I really liked it. I was, mostly doing the program. And then Molly asked me if I wanted to coach. And I said to her, I don't have abs. I can't coach. I really thought you had to be like the pinnacle of fitness, not realizing how powerful it is when you share your journey. And I decided to go say screw it, and I went for it, which is pretty much my personality, is very like, let's just go, and I make decisions quickly. And over the course of the next year, I dove into coaching, and I did it along teaching. So now we're meeting up, okay? So there's the background of the fitness, now meeting up with where I was at 2 years ago, working as a teacher, being extremely emotionally drained in this classroom. And you guys, coaching became such an outlet for me, because every time that a kid told me no, or screw you, or threw a chair at me, that happened, when I would go plug in and I would get on my computer and I would message somebody or connect with somebody about a challenge group, they were telling me yes. They wanted help. They wanted accountability. And I had this community around me of other coaches and my challengers who kept me grounded. When there were days that I did not think I was going to get, and literally when I say this, like there were days at school I would leave and go into a bathroom and cry because I didn't think I could make it through the day. I would get a message from a coach, or I would put in a podcast and listen to personal development, which I would have never done before coaching. And it started to change my life because I could get through these hard things at my school. And it really taught me that I couldn't be a good teacher if I was constantly pouring from an empty cup. And coaching was slowly filling that bucket for me. Now, coaching happened, and you might say, great, Kate, that's awesome, but okay, coaching, what is it? Okay, so being a coach would be being a Beachbody coach, okay? And even hearing that, you might go, oh my God, what? One of those girls? Yeah, but there's a way to do it that you're you, okay? Beachbody is the umbrella company that we coach under. So Beachbody is gonna provide all the infrastructure and support. You don't have to do any billing, you don't have to do any customer service, shipping stuff, you don't have to go to the post office, and it allows you to build your business globally. We are global now. From any location. As long as you have a computer or a phone, girl, you're good to go, okay? I've coached traveling all the way to Iceland and as comfortable as the dock at my cabin. So it is really amazing. And Beachbody, you guys, is the company that you're probably familiar with and don't even realize. They're the creator of P90X with Mr. Tony Horton, The Insanity Guy with Shaun T, 21-Day Fix. You've probably seen somewhere along the line Shakeology, which is the best of the best, trust me. I have done every shake alive. And Beachbody has launched this thing in the past couple of years called Beachbody On Demand. So what's really nice is that it's all online. I download my workouts on my phone all the time. You can access it from smart TVs, your laptop. It's basically Netflix, only fitness programs, and good ass fitness programs. It is not like walk your way to fitness like you may have done with like your mom's 80s DVDs or something. It's awesome. Paired with that is Shakeology, which is this amazing nutrient-dense shake. It's all natural ingredients. I typically drink it as my breakfast. I've really noticed it has improved my skin. I have chronically suffered from cystic acne, and it's completely helped me transform that. It's kept me very regular, which is really TMI, but people like to know that. And I have drank a million shakes. Like if you name a shake, I've probably had it, and this is it's the best I've ever had. I've vetted it several times with, doctors, and it really pairs so well with the fitness component of Beachbody On Demand. So those are kind of the things about just Beachbody and what you would be kind of promoting, I suppose, and using yourself and crushing your own results. So what does it require to be a coach? Okay, so you might be familiar with that, or maybe you've been a challenger and you're like, okay, but like, what does a coach need to do? You're normal. You are an everyday person. If you were to look at any of my social media, I'm not a Beachbody robot. I am Kate through and through. And that's what I love about coaching, is it really makes you learn who you are. You don't have to be a personal trainer. You don't have to be a fitness expert or a nutritionist. Definitely don't have to be at your goal weight. I was not, that's for sure. But to be a coach, you need to be someone who's passionate. You need to be someone who wants to do well in this world. You need to want to inspire others to live a healthy life through healthy eating and being active, through personal development. I think that the best coaches are go-getters and people who are willing to be fearless, willing to be positive, willing to make mistakes. I think those make the best coaches. And I think when you have a let's freaking go for it attitude and just learn along the way being you, that is what makes a good coach. So what exactly does a coach do? Okay, that's great, Kate, but like, what would I do? You would lead something called a challenge group. Think about a challenge group, you guys, like an online fitness accountability group. So if you went to a group fitness class, this is like the group fitness class is following you, making sure you get your shit done. They're private. You have to be a member of Beachbody On Demand to be in it and see what's posted every day. Each day, clients, they check into the group. That's the accountability piece. You as a coach would pair up with other coaches and you would post daily motivation and information on their program. You would share your successes, struggles, everything in between. That's what a coach does for their challengers. And as a new coach, you don't have to do it alone. We would run your first group together with other new coaches, other veterans. We would do it alongside each other. And I would mentor you through that, teach you how to do it, and giving you leadership opportunities so that you can then spread your own wings and go along as you go. The challenge groups are a blast, and it's such a good feeling when you help get those first customers their results. Like there's literally nothing better, and you're like, oh, I was a piece of that. Like, it's the best feeling. Now, who are the people in your challenge group, your customers or clients? They're the first people that you think of. They can be your friends, they can be your family, they could be a girl that you're crushing on Instagram. It's whomever that you really connect with and think would do awesome in a group or could benefit in some way of being healthier. That's who your first challengers are. My first group was a bunch of my friends and family, and now it's people I connect with, and it's just fun. It's just fun. Think of anyone that you jam with, and that can be one of your challengers. Okay, time commitment. What is the time commitment? It's different for everybody. When I started, especially because I was so emotionally drained, I was like, girlfriend, I do not have time for this. I didn't know how I'd squeeze it in on top of everything else, but I really realized how much time I waste scrolling social media or watching Netflix. And I put in about an hour a day when I started. And that would be a little bit of early mornings before work. I would check in at my lunch break. I would also plug in after school, and when I was just sitting on the couch with my then roommate hanging out, I would also plug in then. So really what we would do together is look at your schedule and really figure out where can you fit it in, because honestly, the best coaches are the busiest people. We just learn how to manage your time. And what's really great is that you find yourself filling your time with stuff that's impactful, stuff that isn't like wasting your time, like creeping on someone on Instagram, right? Now, you might be worried about selling stuff or being that girl. I hear that all the time. I quickly realized, though, as a coach, that if I was doing this myself, I was plugging in, I was getting results, why would I not tell people about it? When I go shopping and I get a pair of jeans that I love, or a beauty product or a lipstick I love, I tell my friends about it. And you guys, this is the same thing. When you feel so good and you start getting your own results, you're going to want to share it with others. And it's going to be so not scary because you're getting your own results and you're already doing it, right? So I want you to think about it, being vulnerable and sharing your heart, sharing who you are on social media, sharing your journey with this, you guys. You're not that girl because you're being you, okay? You're being yourself, and that's huge. Another thing I was really worried about before I started was the stigma associated with something like Beachbody. I had never done anything like this before. And something I heard from people initially when I started was like, oh, well, isn't that a pyramid scheme? And at first I was worried until I did research about it. First of all, a pyramid scheme is illegal, and Beachbody is a super well-known, very reputable company. So obviously they're not a pyramid scheme because they wouldn't be allowed. They have an A rating, you guys, with the Better Business Bureau. And when I really looked into that, they have the best ethics. You know, I've done this for 2 years now. I've met a ton of other coaches. I've met people from, working at corporate, and every single person I met has been so genuine, and their heart always goes back to serving others. And that is exactly what I stand for. And when I did research and I've met those people, I was not worried. And if someone wants to say that to me, it doesn't affect me because I know what I stand for. And I love that I coach through a company that stands for the same thing. Now, when I started to coach, I really started to gel with this other person on our team named Molly. She's my coach. She started our team. And as we kept going, we kept bouncing ideas off each other. We kept really collaborating. And one day she was like, Kate, let's switch up the name of this team and let's really get the ball rolling with this. So we sat around her old desk and we listened to music and we got inspired, and Hustle with Heart was born. Last year, Hustle with Heart ranked number 18 out of 400,000 other teams of the Beachbody Network. And you guys, it's because it's a group of busy, amazing, passionate go-getters. They make me better every day. As time grows and you go on with this business, you'll have a team of your own, but you'll always be a part of Hustle with Heart. It's a community of like-minded women who just want to be better every day. And that's, you guys, amazing. You are like the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I'm so glad that a lot of my tribe and community now are these women on Hustle with Heart, because they're continually pushing me to be better. They're continually encouraging me to be positive, to be uplifting, to not stay in a bad mood. We travel together, we hang out together. Every month we have a team call where we get to learn together. And really, you guys, the ethics and just the heart of Hustle with Heart is to be kind and giving, to constantly work to be a better version of yourself, freaking work hard and stay humble, lift each other up when we fall down, and to find the joy in every day, even when it's challenging. Now, for my own kind of journey, full circle moment here, guys. When I started this, I was a teacher who wanted to do more. I thought I had to stay in the hardest of hard school to do that. I even switched jobs this year to go to a school where I felt like I could teach more. And my heartstrings were continually pulling to do something else, because as I kept coaching, I kept loving it. I kept loving every minute. I loved that I got to be myself. I loved that I got to still teach, but I was not stifled by curriculum or principals or parents or the district. I started to grow my income, and quickly putting in day-to-day consistency, my income grew. because of my own due diligence and skill. It's not guaranteed to anybody, but because I put in the work, my income started to surpass my teaching income. And about a month ago, I walked into my principal's office and I told him that I would not be coming back to teaching. And this year I will be a full-time coach come June. And I'm so excited because I still get all those things that I love about teaching, connecting, helping, mentoring, being better than I was the day before, but I get to do it on my own terms and create it and make it look the way that I want it to look and not what somebody else is telling me to do. So honestly, I want you to think about coaching and I want you to think about what you could do on Team Hustle with Heart. One of my favorite quotes is to be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. You might not know that coaching is what sets your soul on fire yet. You might be scared, and my answer to that is good. There's not enough times in life where we are scared and pushed out of our comfort zone, and coaching will do that for you day in and day out in the best of ways. It can change your life if you let it, and you will get out what you put into it. So I hope this video was helpful. Please make sure you still look over the PDF. Let's chat after you've watched this and looked at the PDF, because I would love nothing more than to freaking welcome you to Hustle with Heart, get the ball rolling, and mentor you. So I cannot wait to chat, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.